All right, everyone. everyone. Welcome to the EFVD, Effervescence Virtual Drift 2026 season, round one. We are live here at Rockingham. Pretty good track, I would say, old school track. Shout out to, I think, the VDC guys that built the original layout. I know the track is used on other game as well. So really pleased to be here today for this first round of our season. 8-round season. Pretty tight on the World Championship as well. So let's take a look at the layout quickly here. Drivers are going to be going pretty much through transition if we look at it that way, meaning they're going to be going here for the initiation on outside zone 1. Really want to have them lock the angle all the way through. Then a quick transition up to those 3 touch and go that you see at the bottom of the screen. And finally getting into sector 2 where they're going to be going into outside zone 3. There's a little wall there, so that's going to be tricky. It's going to give us guys a good show. Make sure you make some noise in the chat as the drivers will come on outside zone 3 and 4, locked in, on throttle, crossing that finish line. You can see the point distribution for the event. We have 3 judges helping us today, so big shout out to the guys. It's going to be Adrian, Enders, and DK judging today. My name is Extreme. I'm going to be with you all for the qualification. And without further ado, I think we're going to get started here with our first drivers for the day. And our first driver is going to be Sylvester Snock. He's at the line, ready to roll. We're going to give him the go here in a second. Oh, and we are rolling. So we got here Sylvester coming on outside zone 1. Really smooth on the wall. Good transition. Looks to be locked in. Coming a little bit short on those touch and go though. Really stable on the outside zone 2 as he approached the wall. Coming to that second transition. A little wobble. He got scared a little bit by the wall and crossing the finish line. GG, first run of the day. For Silverstore. Gonna give a moment for the judges here to get ready. Let us know in the chat where you're joining from, which team you're representing. We do have a lot of team getting ready to compete this season. Amazing to see all the drivers showing up. Appreciate everyone helping out in the background as well. If you don't follow us already on Instagram, YouTube, make sure you go give a like, show some support. We're all doing that for the drivers, for the community, by the community. I think we got one score that came in already. It's gonna be angle score. So we're waiting for the other judge. Drivers are being evaluated on the line. 40 points for the line, that's a lot. So we really want them to be locked in all the way through the course. There's only 2 turns, 2 transitions, so we expect them to be able to follow that line. There's a lot of walls, so it can be a bit tricky, a bit scary. In terms of angle, of course, we want to see that maximum angle, pushing it to the limit, showing us how they can control the car. And for the style, looking at the initiation, looking at those walls, there's a lot of opportunity for drivers to really show off. And we're just waiting on one judge here for their score. Perfect, and we got that last score that came in. It's going to be a 60.5 for Silverstone. So it looks like the judges have pretty high expectation for today. Our next driver, is at the line, ready to go. I think we got the judges ready. That's going to be Ahmed Al-Subaga. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Ready to roll. Lights are off. And it's going down. Let's see what he can do for us. Coming to the initiation. A little wobble there as he picked up the drift. Really on the throttle, coming through the wall. Really deep on the outside zone 1. Locking for the angle, also a bit short on that touch and go here. Coming into the sector 2 of Rockingham track. Locked in on the outside zone 2, coming to the wall like it was nothing. I love the confidence. Locked in on that transition number 2 and crossing the finish line. GG. What the judges thought of that line. For Ahmed here, first time participating in the EF season, if I'm correct. Thank you for showing up. We are getting scores coming in here from the judges. And it's going to be a 74. Ahmed, GG. So we got our next driver at the line, ready to roll. That is going to be Michel Pizzera. The lights are off. Michael really coming in hot, a little bit short on that outside zone. I don't know if he got scared by the wall. Coming deep on that transition number 1. Barely touching that first touch and go, but he's locked in. Coming on sector 2 here. Maintaining the angle. Dropping a little bit of tires on that zone. Fortunately, but the angle was stable. He was on the throttle. That beautiful car crossing the finish line. GG. See what the judges thought about that run. Well, there was a little bit of tire drop. I don't know how this is gonna go out for him. I see some scores coming in. Got the style here. Michael. Got Angle at 13. Oh, and it came in here with the 18 on Michael on the line. That's going to give him a 43.5. Those tire drops really hurt him, unfortunately. We got our next drivers already at the line, ready to roll. I appreciate the drivers being so on point. We're going to get ready to send them here. Here we go. Drivers going live. I'm not sure this is Marcel. I think Marcel didn't show up. So. This is going to be Mohamed Ali coming out on the outside zone 2 here. Really confident on the wall. No correction at all. Coming on the transition. Deep on that outside zone 3, crossing the finish line. Alright, so I don't know what you guys think in the stream. I was a pretty confident lead, I think, overall. We'll see what the judges think about it. Oh, I'm hearing the judges are looking into the initiation, wondering if it was a 3-point initiation or not. So they're really taking the time to. Judges are looking at replays, but it looked like it may be a safe initiation. They just want to confirm a few things here. Alright, so it is confirmed. It was a legit initiation. Judges are giving their points here. We're gonna get the score for Muhammad Ali. Got a 31 on the line. Alright, we got a 23 here on the angle. Judges really want to make sure that they give fair points throughout the qualification, so there's always a bit more slow at the beginning as they get their reference, the scoring. And style is going to be 18, so a 72 for Ali. GG, we got Drake at the line, ready to go already. Let's see what he can cook for us. And it's going for Drake. Burke here, coming on the initiation. Really on the line. A little bit wobble, trying to catch his drift, but he maintains it, stays in the zone. On the lock to lock team here. Being a little bit short on those touch and goes, but he is really stable on the throttle, dropping a little bit of tires there as we approach the wall. That might be costing him a lot, as we saw in the previous scored run. Crossing the finish line. Good job, Drake. We are starting to get scores in. Got a 20 on the angle, 20 on the style. What is it going to be for the line? I got some replays. And it's gonna be a 58 total for Drake Berg, GG. As we get into Abdullah Algin Tami at the line, ready to roll. Show some support in the chat. Oh, looks like there was a mix-up in the driver. This is gonna be Abdullah here. The light is off, and it's turning on. Let's see what he got for us. Also, first time participating in the EF season. Coming on the initiation and outside zone 1 here, filling the entire zone. We love to see that. Ooh, coming really close to that do not go zone in red. Coming in short on those touch and goes. But he's locked in on the outside zone 2 here. Both tires in the zone. Scraping the wall. Coming on the outside zone 3. And crossing the finish line. Ooh, maybe a little bit moment of stress there for Abdullah. Let's see what the judges think about that. Judges are looking here if there was a tire drop in that no-go zone. So it's going to be a 66 for Abdullah total, GG, as we get Armel Tristan at the line, ready to roll. And the lights are on. Coming to the initiation, locked and quick on the throttle, on the zone. Also coming a bit short on that touch and go. And a little correction here coming into sector 2. We see a little bit of wobble. I don't know if you got scared by the wall. That wall can be quite intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. If you've driven this track before, you probably know. And then crossing the finish line. That's what the drivers think of that, the judges think of that. It's going to be an 83 overall for Arrol, GG. We're going to go back on top of our Group 1, going back at Silverstore Snock for his second run. And the lights is on. Silverstore. Going to the initiation. A little bit sluggish on the initiation. The outside's on 1. I think that's something drivers are really going to have to be looking at, those touch and goes, coming in short on those. If you're off the line, you're going to miss them. Little wobble on the wall, little left foot braking here. But overall, a great run. Is he going to be able to increase his score? He did a 60.5 on his first run. We got 27 online, 21 on angle, and a 19 on style for a total of 67. So he did improve compared to his first run. GG. So restore. We are waiting for our next drivers here. We got Ahmed coming to the line, ready to roll. Light is off. See what he got for us. Great initiation. I wonder if he dropped the tire there, but he didn't hit the wall. He's still going. From the Eagle team, beautiful car. I do believe that Ahmed participated with us before, I'm not sure. But here he is, laying out a nice run overall. GG. Got a 74 on his first run. Let's see what we get on his second run. And it's going to be a 79.5. He was able to improve his score. GG, Ahmed. Next driver is going to be Michael Pizzera for his second run. Michael coming in hot on the initiation. Dropping a little bit of fire there. We got scared a little bit by the wall, missing that touch and go. Number 1. Got locked in for the sector 2 here. Oh, not sure if this is gonna be a tire drop. I'm just gonna have to watch a replay here. But overall, good run. Michael. It's always a bit intimidating when you're in the first group. You never know what to expect. All the judges are going to be judging. You haven't seen other people do run as well. So shout out to those drivers. And it's going to be a 43. So pretty consistent compared to his first run, unfortunately. Not sure if this is going to be enough to qualify for the battle this afternoon, as we got our next driver, Mohamed Ali, ready at the line. Did a 72 on his first run. Let's see what he can get us here. And it's a go. Good job from Ahmed, really locked in, he's showing us good skills here. Confident transition, confident driving, on the throttle, love seeing that. Is he gonna improve his score from 72? Let us know what you think in the chat. Judges are looking at it. We got a 26 on angle, a 20 on style. It's gonna be a total of 81 score. I think that's our... Oh no, we already had a 83 previously from Anor, but this is gonna be our second 80 score for today. Group 1, GG Mohamed. Moving on to Drake. At the line. And it's a go for Drake. Bert on the L2L. We got 58 on his first round. Hopefully he can do better this time. Looks like he's getting everything he got. Much better on that transition and touch and go here, coming on sector 2. Pretty deep in the zone. Good job. And it's gonna be a total of 71.5 for Drake, so definitely better than his first attempt here. We're gonna see now Abdullah coming up. And it's a rope. Bringing hot, huge angle on the initiation. Able angle out of the outside zone 1, but cutting a little bit on that do-not go zone and dropping the tires on the first touch and go. That do-not go zone is really there to push the driver outside and to push them on the line. Pushing if you cut in a little bit, it puts you in a kind of a bad spot for those touch and go, and that's what happened here for Abdullah. This is unfortunate. Let's see what the judges think. And it's going to be a 75.5 total for Abdullah. GG. Moving on to Arnold, which will be the last competitor for that first group of qualifications, season 2026, round 1 at Rockingham. Let's see what he got for us. Light is on. Coming in hot here. A little bit too hot though, but back on the throttle. Oh, I'm not sure if he hit the wall, but that was close. Filling those zones. On the outside zone 3. Hitting the wall and straightening up. This is unfortunate for Aaron. He got an 83 on his first run. Hopefully that's going to be enough for him to qualify this afternoon. I see the judges here are putting in 0 for that straightening up for Aaron. So we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back for the group number 2. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Don't go anywhere. See you there. And we are back, guys. Group number 2. Trying to get this rolling. We're going to be starting with Lilian Wilmojan. Drivers are getting on the server. While we wait here, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor partner for this event. We got Pinky Design helping out with all the liveries and the thumbnails. We got Volzan, big partner where you can find your mods. Rareform Garage that has been paying for our server for almost 3 years now. Big shout out to Rareform Garage for the support. The Esports Drift Association, we're super proud of this partnership. It gives access to our drivers to that World Championship, so really proud of that and being able to offer that opportunity to our drivers. And we got also Aceto Frames that is taking some pictures, some videos, really helping out with everything media related. Same with the GL team. Big shout out to the guys for helping out with the videos. For example, the video that you just saw during that commercial. As we wait here for our first drivers to be at the line, I think he is. We're gonna be ready to rock. Buckle up. Light is going red and green, and driver is going. That Mercedes coming on initiation. Huge initiation, really locked in. Beautiful fulfillment of the zone there. Hot onto the sector 2 here at Rockingham. Not intimidated by the wall. Really showing some commitment. Coming on outside zone 4, crossing the finish line. What a run from Lilian. Got a 19 on angle, 23 on style, waiting for one last judge, reviewing some replays, making sure that everything's taken into consideration when it comes down to points. And it's going to be 75 total for Lilian. GG as we move on to Chase. Chase Cronin out the line. Gotta love that when drivers are ready. Light is off and it's about to go down. Some noise in the chat for Chase Cronin here, coming on the initiation. Beautiful initiation, confident flick into outside zone 1. And this is where most drivers are losing the points so far. I was seeing the judges from far away here in the ready stand. Looks like transition can be a little bit of a killer, but overall, really good line here. Chase, Ronin, crossing the finish line. GG. And we got a 27 on angle, the 21 on the style. So just watching the replays here. And it's going to be a total of 80 for Chase. GG. Moving on, next we got Michael Trabb. Michael has been participating in a lot of our previous season too. He's Veteran driver, let's see what he can cook for us as the light turn on for Michael Chap. Oh, I thought he was gonna hit the wall, but he bring it back in. Little correction there. Coming on to the sector number 2, heavy on the left of braking here, missing the zone, unfortunately, slowed down too much and hit the wall, but kept it on. Woo-hoo, I think I was gonna acquire a new bumper. Let's see what the judges think. Can't hear the judges, they're debating. Would that be considered an unchaseable lead? Let's see what they think here. And it's gonna be, unfortunately, a 0 for Michael. Hopefully he can do better on his second attempt. Moving on to our next driver. We're gonna have Jacob ready at the line. And it's a go. Coming in hot. It's the EF initiation, but overall really locked in. Also from the Sekai team, fulfilling those touch and go. Great style overall so far. Great commitment. Coming to the wall. Let's see what he got. Didn't touch the brake once. Yes, sir. That's what we want to see. Commitment, confidence, crossing the finish line. I think that's gonna pay off for Jacob. Jacob that also been in our comp previous season a little bit. I think he did 2 or 3. Really GG for his participation. Let's see what he got here. 36 on the line, 26 on angle, 24 on style for a total of 86. Taking the lead on those quality leaderboards so far for Jacob. Good job. Moving on next, we got Maxim, representing the team EF. Oh, we had Selick on the line. I think Maxim didn't show up, unfortunately. So this is Selick here. Little correction on the outside zone 1. The transition here. Barely touching that first touch and go. Coming on to the sector number 2. A little correction as we approach the wall, but I know in the briefing it was mentioned that corrections there can be acceptable as long as you don't get scared by the wall. Let's see what the judges think. Overall, good job for Selick. He's been participating also in our previous comp, so thank you for coming back, showing the support. Let's see what the judges think of your run, Hassan. But yeah, Maxim was not there, so this was Hassan Selick. And the judges are getting scored. It's going to be 37 on the line. Maximum points on line is 40, so really strong there. 27 on angle, or maximum in that category of 30, so also really strong, and 22 on the style. Grand total of 86. Going to be X equal with Jacob so far. GG Hassan. Moving on to Ahmed Al-Arbi. Next driver, and it's a go for Ahmed. Let's see what he got. Missing the touch and go, unfortunately. No correction here to come back on the line. Outside zone 2. Coming through the wall, not scared at all. on that transition number 2 outside zone 3. Oh, barely breaking the wall there, crossing the finish line. GG. Let's see what the judges think for Ahmed. And it's gonna be a 23 on the style so far we got. Judges are looking at different angles here, analyzing the run. And it's gonna be 69 total for Ahmed. GG. Next driver we got Ilya Kolesnikov, representing from the GL team. Let's see what he got here. Let's see what he can do for us. I heard that he's a really strong driver in practice. Other guys were talking about his days. He's fast, he's locked in, coming on the initiation here, really deep on the outside zone 1, scraping the wall over there, coming on transition. A little bit short on that touch and go, but still going on the outside zone 2, coming to the wall, a little bit of left foot braking. It's safe, it looks like here. Crossing the finish line. Let's see what Ilya was gonna get. So we got 24 on angle, and total is going to be 74.5 for Ilya. GG. Moving on to Jacob, last participants for that group number 2. It's going to be Jacob against also senior participants in the EF season, coming on the initiation. Locked in. Nice angle, winning the entire zone of the Escuco Drift family. Shout out to you guys. On the outside zone number 2. Not intimidating by the wall, keeping the angle on throttle, locked in, maxing out the angle on outside zone 3 and crossing the finish line. Let's see what he got for Jacob Huggins. And overall for Jacob, we got a 23 on angle so far. Judges are analyzing the run. 25 on line. And a 22 for a grand total of 70 on his first run. Jacob Huggins going back on top of that group with Liliam already at the line. And getting ready to set. Barely touching that touch and go. Huge correction to stay on the line here on sector 2. Approaching the wall. Little wobble there. Barely avoiding the wall. Coming on the transition for the finish line. For Emilian Guelmi-Juan. Trust me, I'm doing my best to pronounce those names, guys. I apologize if I kind of mix it up. Let's see what he got. We got a 21 on the line, a 19 on the style, and it's also going to be a 19 on angle for a total of 59 on his second run. So we're going to keep his first run at 75. Good job, Lilian. Moving on to Chase running. Chase ready here, and the lights are on. He's got an 80 on his first run here. Let's see if he can improve his score. Little wobble there, but that's little angle correction needed to really fulfill the wall there, coming on the outside one before crossing the finish line. I don't know what you think, guys, in the chat, but that looked pretty solid, I think, in my book. Chase, I think it's the first time he participates in the EF season. I may be wrong, but coming in hot. Is he going to be able to do better than his first run with the 80 points to beat? And it's going to be an 81. He made it. GG. Moving on to Jacob. Second run here for Jacob. Great initiation. We see the flames coming out of the car. It's crazy. Locked in on the angle. Able to lay on a good lead line here. Got an 86 on his first run. In the lead position so far, ex aequo with Hassan Salek. Let's see if he can beat that 86. We got it. 69. Oh, I'm sorry. This was actually Michael Trabb. He had a 0 on his first run, so he was able to at least lock in a score for this qualification at 69. And now we're going to see Jacob. Let's see here what Jacob can do for us. Really deep there, hitting the wall. That's unfortunate. That's gonna be a 0 for Jacob. I think he really went all in, trying to push it as much as possible to beat that 86. It's gonna be a 0 for him. So moving on to next driver, Hassan Salek. Sometimes you want to push it and you hit the wall. This is unfortunate. GG overall. Let's see what Salek got for us. Really deep on the zone there. Locked in on the angle. Great transition. finally. And I don't think he touched the wall, but that was close, guys. And here he comes out of outside zone 2 for that second transition on Rockingham. Round 1 of the Effervescence Virtual Drift Championship 2026 season. See what Hassan is going to get from our judges. And it's going to be 81 total for Hassan Salek. So he was not able to improve from his 86 on the first run. Let's see our next driver here. We got Alman LRD at the line. A little bit short, missing that first touch and go completely. Not sure if he dropped the tire there before entering the sector 2, coming through the wall. A little wobble there. Intimidating by that wall. Telling you guys, if you haven't driven this track yet, it's hard to understand, but this wall is a bit tricky. You're coming really fast out of the zone and you have a lot of angle, a lot of momentum. You gotta commit to it and be confident in your ability to maintain the angle and fulfill the entire zone without hitting the wall. See, the scores are already coming in for Ahmed LRB. We are gonna get at 56. We're gonna keep his first run at 69 for the qualification leaderboard. Moving on to Ilya Olishnikov at the line. The lights are on. Ilya really deep in the zone, committed on the initiation. I thought he was going to hit the wall, but he did not. Great transition there. Locked in. Grinding that outside line. This is what we want to see. Showing really good control of his car. And finally crossing the finish line for his second run. He got a 74.5 to beat on his side. Is it going to be enough for Ilya? Let's see what the judges think. I do believe it might be enough. Got a 24 on the line already locked in, a 23 on the style already locked in. As judges are last revision here, and it's going to be a total of 72. So we're also going to keep his first run at 74.5. GG Ilya. Moving on to the last driver for that group number 2, we got Jacob ready to go. Some noise in the chat for Jacob. Coming in hot. Great initiation, strong commitment, fulfilling the entire zone, great angle, going to those touch and go, a little bit short, but he's able to maintain that angle, not slowing down on the wall. Second transition, for outside zone 3 and outside zone 4, what a run for Jacob. That's what the judges think. It's going to be 29 on the line, 25 on angle. And a grand total of 78.5, so he was able to improve his first score. GG to that group number 2. We're gonna let our driver come in here. We'll be right back in a minute. All right, and we are back, guys. Group number 3 over qualification. Round 1, EF season. First driver here, it's going to be Austin Mitchell. Look like Austin is ready to stage up. Oh, looks like Austin is actually missing today. So that means that we're going to be going with Mathieu Moyen, I think. And we got the right driver here. And we're going to be ready to send it. Mathieu coming in hot here. Experienced drivers, I've seen him participating in other competitions like the QDC. Locked in. I think he bumped the wall. I'm not sure. We'll have the judge see the replays. Coming to that sector number 2 here. Huge correction on the wall. The wall is intimidating, guys. I'm telling you. He was able to maintain the drift though as he crossed the finish line. Not sure what the judges are going to think of that. That's unfortunate. Kind of a big mistake here with the bubble. Sure he can do better on his second run. And it's going to be a total of 53 for that first run here from Mathieu. As we move along to El Oliveira. experienced driver as well. First time participating in EF. Let's see what he got for us. Light going down. Oliveira. Coming in hot here, dragging the end brake, kind of doing a power slide on the initiation, but he's locked in, back on throttle, coming out the outside zone 1. Little bit too inside, I think, for those touch and go here on the transition, but he's going to be able to do better on sector number 2. Coming in hot. Little bit of slow down there, a little bit of correction that I think is going to cost him. He was on the line, but maybe he got scared as he crossed the finish line for Oliveira. And the judges came up with a 60 for that run. Moving on to Nixon Summer. Not sure if Summer is present today with us. Called him on the line. So drivers got 30 seconds to get on the line, else it's going to be considered a mechanical fault. 0 for the run, but he is coming in. Looks like he only needs to put on his seatbelt, his helmet, his glove, and he's ready to roll. That's Matt Spy, so Nixon is not here today. So yeah, that's Mike Spies. Huge correction on sector number 2 here, coming in for that second transition. Here, judges are going to be looking at the replay for that run for Matt Spies, and it looks like Nixon managed to get to the line too. There was a little bit of confusion at the line, didn't want to waste time, so he sent Matt, but Nixon is going to go next. Let's see what the judges are going to see from that replay analyzing the run. Got the 19 on the line, 12 on angle, for a total of 41 for Matt Spies. And now going to Nixon Summer. He's at the line, ready to roll. The light is on. Great initiation, a little bit of wobble there. I think he got scared. He's back on it, cutting in, dropping the tires, missing the touch and go. This is unfortunate, maybe a little bit too stressed from the competition here. Getting into the head of the driver as he approached the wall and really slowing down the car a lot there. Not sure what the judges are going to think. Looks like it's going to be a 0 on the line, 0 on angle, and a little number 4 on the style for Nixon. So hopefully you can do better on your second run. Moving on to our next driver. Another driver that is used to our comp. I think he's been here since the beginning, since the last 3 years. Some noise for Diaz. Ready at the line. And Diaz here, we got the lights turning around. Diaz filling the zone, great initiation, show commitment with the throttle and the angle. Finding that line. Unfortunately, a little bit of wobble on the wall. Let's see what the judges think. Hitting the wall on our zone 3. It's gonna be costly. What we've seen so far, it looks like that would be deemed unchaseable in battle. Let's see what the judges think. Yeah, that is usually a strong competitor. I know he's beaten some drivers a lot before. Let's see what the judges think, and it's unfortunate it's going to be a 0. So hopefully on the second round he can do better. As we move on to our next participants, group number 3 here with Tristan Williams. Getting ready at the line. We go. Tristan. Creation, I think there was a power drop there. We'll have to see the replay for the judges there, what they think. Hanging out a little bit earlier of that outside zone 1, and unfortunately it's going to lead him on a path where he missed the initial touch and go. Getting into sector 2, can he do better? Coming to the wall, no braking, but a little bit of wobble. Position to the outside zone 3 and 4, crossing the finish line. Overall, GG for Tristan. That was a solid lead. Strong competition. Not going to be easy to qualify for the battle. Looking at the score so far given by the judges, really got to be on top of your game. And it's going to be a 48 for Tristan. 48. So moving on here, we got Virgil Choisy at the wall, at the line, and the lights are on. Great initiation, filling the entire zone there. Was he on the line? Filling those touch and go. Locked in the angle. Representing France. You can see on the roof of his car. He's not scared of that wall. Been there before. I know what I'm doing. Really locked in. Amazing run from Choisy. Let's see what the judges think. So I'm not judging for this competition, guys. I'm really just commentating the run as I see them. Feel free to share your thoughts, share your opinion also in the YouTube chat. We got 3 amazing judges giving up some of their time and experience. Join us today and judge those qualification runs. It's going to be the same judges for the battle this afternoon. A big shout out to the guys helping out. And for Vigil here, we're just waiting on one of the judges to get the final score locked in. Looks like it's going to be a 28 on the line, 26 on angle. And we are watching replay for the style. Overall, final score 73 for Virgil Choisy, 73. GG. Moving on to Oscar, last driver for the first run of Quali Group number 3. Driver is at the line. Let's see what Oscar got for us. Oscar with the initiation. Huge angle initiation, grinding that outside line. Coming out of outside zone 1 a bit early, unfortunately. Drivers from the lock to lock team is giving us a good show so far. Little wobble as we enter sector number 2. Let's see how it goes for that wall. No braking, no intimidation. Transition number 2 on OZ3, and finally OZ4 crossing the line. Overall, a solid performance from Oscar. Drivers participating in this season looks like they're going to be a really high caliber. It's amazing to see. Can't wait to watch those battle this afternoon. I think we're going to get a lot of door tapping, and it's going to be quite crazy. When the track only has 2 turns, things can go all direction, and it's going to be a 68.5 for Oscar. 68.5 GG. Moving on top of the group for the second run of our drivers, starting with Mathieu Moyen. And we are sending him. Mathieu with the initiation. Not as much in goal as we would like to see, but he's locked in, filling out completely the outside zone 1, coming in a bit short on that transition, barely touching the initial touch and go. Locked in for sector 2, coming in hot, grinding that outside line, a little bit of left foot braking. He's playing it way safer than his first run. He has a 53 to beat. Is he gonna make it? Let's see. GG, Mathieu, that was amazing. Yeah, the caliber this season, guys, you gotta be ready. And also point out that the track drivers only got 72 hours overall to practice on this track, so it's not like they've been doing thousands of laps. I know the layout already existed out there, it was publicly available. We didn't invent the track. It comes from BDC and ACDFR layout that were previously released, I think, in 2019. So some drivers may already know the layout, but still. 71 total for Mathieu Moyen, GG. He was able to at least increase his score, his chances to get into the battle this afternoon, as we got Oliveira out the line, ready to roll. Got a 60 to beat here. Little bit of pressure. I don't know what's going to be the exact cutoff for this afternoon yet, as we watch Oliveira filling out the zone, showing us how it's done. Cable line here, really in control. A little bit of left foot braking there, but he didn't make the same mistake again. He stayed in the zone, managed to keep the drift going, and crossing the finish line. Got a 56 for Oliveira. Moving on to Nixon Summer. Hopefully Nixon can get to the line in time this time, else it's maybe a 0 for his run. We are waiting for him. Be there. Right on time before the DQ. He is there. And we are sending him. Let's see. He has to beat 4, yeah. Unfortunately, his first attempt didn't go as well as he wanted it to be, but here he is grinding the outside line of that outside zone 1, filling out the zone. Transition a bit early and still missing the initial touch and go. Getting into the sector 2 of this Rockingham 2026 remastered version track, hitting the wall, bouncing out of the zone, but still maintaining the drift and hitting the wall again. Oof. Is it going to be deemed unchaseable? Also on his second attempt, that would be really unfortunate for Nixon. Let's see what the judges think. Like it's gonna be a really low score here with 29. I thought this is gonna be enough to qualify this afternoon. Moving on to Matt's Pies. Matt earlier got a 41. He also has a little bit of pressure to perform on the second attempt here. Let's see what he got. Light is green. He's going. 3, 2, 1. He is in the zone. Oh, is he gonna make it all the way? He has to do a little correction to keep the speed going. Initiation number 1, filling out the zone on the touch and go, but also has to do with massive correction before entering outside zone number 3. Coming to the wall, landing the wall. Love to see that. Overall, not sure what the judges will say. I think there was a little bit of correction there, but he was able to complete the run. Was it chaseable? Was it not? Being some point or even better than the 41 that he has to beat, and unfortunately no, it's going to be a 40 for Matt Spy's second attempt, so we're going to keep his 41. And now we can go back to Diaz. I think we set the expectation a bit too high earlier on his first attempt. He did a 0. Now he has to perform. Just take it safe, Diaz. You got it. The light is green, and he's going. Little bit of wobble drag there on the initiation. He managed to keep it in drift. Coming in, barely touching the first touch and go. There's some drivers like that perform very well in battle, but when they're alone on the track with quality, it's a bit harder for them. He came out of the outside zone 3 a bit early. I don't know how much this is going to cost him. Let's see what the judges think. And it's going to be a 59 second attempt here for Diaz. Moving on to Williams. Tristan Williams at the line. Coming in hot here, locked in on outside zone 3. A little bit of wobble as he approached the wall, but he did it. He didn't hit anything, and crossing the finish line. We got 48 to beat. Is it going to be enough? Tristan Williams. And yes, he got a 60 on his second attempt. Good job. We're going to get our next driver here. Schwazi coming in hot, I think. Schwazi with a 73 on his first attempt. I think he can do better. The light is green. Make some noise. Representing France. Here he is. Branding the outside zone. Number 1. Really filling out those touch and go. Overall, good stability. A little bit of wobble before sector 2, but I think he got it locked in. Coming to the wall. Not touching those brakes. And looks like he's gonna make it through finish line. Good job, Virgil. Gonna be at 88. I think that's our highest score so far, taking the lead on the season on the leaderboard. As we got our last drivers of group number 3 ready at the line. Let's see what Oscar Muscar got for us. Maxar coming in hot on the initiation. Huge flick. Really deep in the zone. That was super smooth here. Coming in out of the outside zone 1. A bit too early, unfortunately, and still off the line for that first touch and go. But he is locked in. Coming to the wall with left foot braking. There's no decel per se, but drivers, as long as they keep the speed, they should be fine. You know, these kind of thing can make the difference between a 90 point and a 75 points run. That's what our judges think. Last drivers of group number 3. We got 8 qualifying groups to go through, so we are almost halfway through already. Pretty fast. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know the results are not showing up. Apologize for that. We'll be sharing all the results after we've recalibrated everything for the bracket this afternoon, so everyone will know where they stand. And it's gonna be $26 on angle, 24 on style. Judges are analyzing the line as we speak. And a 76 overall for Oscar Musgar. So we'll be right back. Server switch for 4th qualifying group, first run. And don't go anywhere. Alright guys, we are back with our 4th qualifying group. We're gonna open this up with Simon Sandman coming onto the line as we speak. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. During that commercial break, I had a little talk with the judges. They were telling me that unfortunately they've seen a lot of drivers kind of dropping tires and being a little bit offline, so that's costly in terms of points, of course. Let's see what Sandman got for us as he is on the line ready to roll, and the lights turn green. On the outside zone number 1, really filling out that zone. Oh, that was close to the wall. That's what we want to see. He is locked in, grinding the outside line, not scared of the wall at all, not touching his brakes. Minute. Transition number 2 for OZ 3 and 4 crossing the finish line. GG overall. That was an amazing run from Sandman. I think we do have some drivers that didn't show up, so we'll just make sure we get the right driver at the line ready to go for its next run. But for Simon Sandman, it's going to be a 72 overall for his run. GG. And it looks like our next driver is going to be Ryan Lozano. I know some of the guys, it's really early for them, especially when they're on the West Coast. So some may have missed it. They're sleeping, but we got Ryan Lozano at the line, ready to roll. And it's a go. And the Monte Carlo, look at that guy. That's a bad boy there. Really big car coming up. Bit too early of that outside zone number 1. He's a little bit offline for that touch and go, barely touching it, making a huge correction as he enters sector number 2. Is he gonna keep the tire in the zone here outside zone 3? He has to really drag the car to take over the zone. A little bit of too much oversteer, but overall he managed to complete his qualifying run. It can be intimidating, guys, to do those runs. You wait for your turn, a lot of pressure, people are watching you, judging you, so gotta take a step back, breathe and relax. Overall 55 here for Ryan. GG, get into the mindset for your second run. I know you can do better, Ryan. Moving on to our next driver here. Just want to confirm who is here and who is not. And it looks like we're gonna get Flowers at the line. This is gonna be Zebadia Flowers, getting ready to give us a show. Let's see what you get. And that utility vehicle, look at that, those cars that we got here for this competition, guys. Unfortunately, kind of missing the entire outside zone 1, coming in short. Don't know what happened there. Same on the outside zone number 3 here. This is unfortunate, but he's up. He's gonna be able to touch the wall and show some style there, but I wonder if this is going to be deemed unchaseable or not by the judges, and how much point it's going to give him for Zebadia Flowers. It looks like it's going to be a 28. Yeesh. You can do better. I've seen you do way better in practice. Like I said, sometimes it's the stress of the actual competition. Moving on to our next drivers. We got Cass and Nicholas coming up to the line. Just call him here. He doesn't have any mechanical issue with his car, and he did not. He's there, showing up, and the lights are going for Cass Nicholas, presenting the Art of Motion team that has been in the game for a while. Even Assetto Corsa, definitely heard of these guys. Fortunately, it looked like he came out the zone number 1 a little bit too early here. He still managed to keep the angle, and he's locked in here, dropping a tire on that outside zone number 3 as we approach the wall, and also coming out a little bit too early of that zone. Huge transition, crossing the finish line. How much point is that going to give for Cass Nicholas? Going to be 58 from our judges. Next driver here, we got Lil Bugan, aka Shuya. Let's see what he got. Huge initiation, huge flick, a little bit too far though, and not quick enough on the throttle. But he's back, he's maintaining it, he's coming to those touch and go. A lot of left foot brake in there to avoid contact with the wall. So far, so good. A little bit of wobble on the wall there, showing us great commitment on that second transition and finally crossing the finish line. For Bugan, representing the EF team. What our judges are going to say. And we got a 60 for Lil Bugan. Continuing here, next driver calling up to the line. I believe, let's see if Cal Grinstaff, did he make it here? Did he wake up this morning? And he did not, so we're moving on to Stefan Dessouler here at the line. And Dessouler initiation. Oh, this is Sandman going on here for a second run here. And he has a 72 to beat. Because of the drivers not showing up, there was a little confusion here, but we got Simon that just completed his second run, and we're gonna get Stefan to go right after for his second run. No worry here as we get the judges to watch that run, look at the replays, they're really analyzing it. For Simon Sandman, it's a 72 he has to beat. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. We got a 37 on the line, 26 on angle. I think may be able to beat that 72. Let's see how much he get on style. And yes, he does with a 90.5 overall, taking the lead on the qualification for Simon Sandman. Good job. And we're gonna go back to Stefan Dessouler for his first run because of those drivers that did not show up. He is there, he is ready, he's gonna be cooking for us. Let's see what he got. It appears that Stefan missed the starting light. And he is going. Stefan here coming a bit too inside for the initiation, which lead him to drop the tire on the outside zone 1, coming out a bit too early as well. So kind of offline here, missing the touch and go as well for the first one at least. Locked in on that sector number 2. A lot of left foot braking coming to outside zone number 3, but managed to fulfill the entire zone and transition again with some left foot braking until the finish line. Judges are looking at some of the replays, making sure it wasn't a 3-point initiation on that one here. The run-up is so short that We'll see. Judging, looking at the replays, if it's even chaseable in terms of initiation. Judge is looking at the replay, really analyzing that initiation there. Stephen, Suler. So it appears that the 3-point initiation has been confirmed. That would have been deemed unchaseable. Really hard to predict in terms of initiation for battles. So unfortunately, it's a 0 for Stephen on that first run. I'm sure he can do better on the second run. So he'll have the opportunity to do it. Moving on here, Ryan. Already at the line, ready to roll for us. Ryan that got a 55 on his first run. He also has some pressure to perform here. Let's see what he got. The light is green. That Monte Carlo is ready to go. Really filling out the outside zone number 1. And those touch and go. He is on the line. He is locked in. Little correction for the sector number 2, but he's grinding the outside lines. Overall, not intimidating by the wall. And I think he's going to lay out really a solid line here. Let's see what the judges think of that run. They have different angles to look at as well. So sometimes we don't see the tire drop on the stream, but they see it on the replay. And it's going to be a 60, so he did improve from 55 to 60. Is it going to be enough to qualify this afternoon? I don't know. I heard the judges screaming in the back that they really want to see the Monte Carlo in battle. I'm sure you also do in the stream. Hopefully 60 is going to make the cut. Moving on to Flowers for his second run. Qualification group number 4. He got a 28 on the first round, so really needs to come in and clutch here. See what he got with that utility vehicle. And the lights are turning. Great initiation. Really locked in this time. A little bit too much correction. He was on the line, but I think he got scared by the wall. Slow down a little bit. It's gonna push him a bit short on those touch and go, and he's coming to the outside zone number 2. So a bit too short. Looks like it was a little tire drop and coming out too early on the wall. Overall, we can see the control. I think it's the confidence that was a little bit missing there. Let's see what he got in terms of points. Definitely got the skills. Everyone competing today are really skilled drivers, guys. I know the scores may be a bit low, but the judges are also a bit hard. We want to see, they are expecting a specific line. There's only 2 transition in this track, so it's either you are on it or you are not on it, and it shows in our results so far for Flowers, it's gonna be a 56. Moving on to Cassie Nicholas. Cassie Nicholas that got a 58 to beat. Light is green. He's rolling in, representing the Art of Motion team. Huge initiation, huge angle as well. Fast on the throttle. And he catch the drift. It's pretty good to see here, coming onto the outside to number 2, fulfilling the zone, not scared by the wall, transition for that second transition. So that's what I mean, guys, by the 2-turn on the track. Really short track, really compact track, but at the same time quite technical. And for Cassie Nicholas, it's going to be a 75. GG. Keeping going here with Lil Bugan. He's back with his S15. Let's see what he got. Light is green. Got a 60 to beat for Lil beat. I think he hit the wall. I'm not sure. He's still going. He doesn't care. Laying out a really good line so far, fulfilling those touch and goes. Almost no correction, quite stable. That's transition number 2 here. Really deep. Oh my god, I'm not sure if he did scrape the wall. I think the wing may be too big on his car. Wow, let's see what the judges think. We got a 20 on the line. Maximum points for that category is 40. A 21 on the style. Maximum point for that category is 30. And we got 19 on angle for a maximum point in that category of 30 as well. So here it's going to be a grand total of 60. Gonna say that's pretty consistent. 60-60 for both runs for Lil Bugan. GG. Moving on to Kyle. We're going to be calling Kyle to the line. We really appreciate when drivers are ready to go, staging up. And Cal is not there. That's my mistake. Moving on to that second round for Stefan. Last competitor for that group number 4 over qualification here. Run 1 at Rockingham. Rockingham track, I think, is in England, and I think, unfortunately, it's not available in real life right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I know some of the tracks, it's unfortunate. Don't know how it is on your side, guys, but sometimes cities puts in some rules and close tracks. But anyway, let's see Stefan here. He is on the line, ready to roll. 3, 2, 1. Light is green. And he's on. Coming into the initiation. Huge flick. And dropping the tire there a little bit late on the catch-up of that drift. Putting a little bit kind of offline. Here on the initiation number 1, fulfilling those touch and go. Pretty locked in. A lot of left foot braking. If you slow down too much on the track, you're going to lose the angle and the momentum needed to stay on the line. So it's really something to be aware of and be careful with when you drive. So for Stefan, got 19 on the line, 22 on the style. He got a 0 on his first run, so he should be able to at least land a score on the qualification leaderboard. Watching some replay, watching at the angle, the wobble here, and it's going to be a 59 for Stefan overall. Good job, guys. We're going to take a short break. load up our group number 5 of those qualification. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Points are going to be shared right after the qualification ends. Don't go anywhere. Show support to your friends, your teammates participating in this event, and we'll be right back with you. All right, guys, we are here with our group number 5. We're moving pretty quickly here, starting up with Felipe Santos. Felipe that has been participating in a lot of our comp, and unfortunately it appears that he's not here today. We're gonna move on to our next driver here. It'd be Alwe AB. Here we got Saleh Alwe IB call at the line. And he is also first time participating in the EF season. We're coming on to our 3 years anniversary here soon in April. Really proud to be hosting those comps for the drivers and to get some fun going, especially with custom cars like those one. It's different for the drivers to be driving their cars. Try to make it a bit different this season with also tracks that we are remastering. We did make some modification on the zone that you see on the track, as well as overall environment of it. Not perfect, but gives us a good show. I hope you guys are enjoying it. As we can see here, Sally completing his run. What the judges are gonna say. And it's gonna be a 73. Good job. Next driver coming up here, it's Chandler Crawford. Ready to roll. And the light. Really filling out those zones, stable, not scared of the wall. Also with the big wing, you gotta be careful with those wings. Don't want to put it in the wall. But he did not. He finished his run, and I think that's gonna be a solid score here for Crawford. Got a 23 on angle already, 34 on the line. Judges are making sure to watch their replays and use the same standard across all drivers when judging those runs. Shout out to the guys. We're not using a computer here. It's really perceptions. That's why we got 3 different judges, all looking at specific for the runs, like the line angle and style. Style also include the initiation, the commitment, of course. And it's going to be a 79 for Crawford. Good score. Moving on to Tyrus Jackson. And he light is green. Coming out a little bit early of that outside zone number 1, or maybe that was just the camera perception here. He is locked in, coming to the sector number 2 on the track. Not scared of the wall. That little angle correction there just for a style, but hitting the wall on the transition. That's unfortunate here for Tyrus Jackson. It's gonna be a 0. As we got Thomas Farinelli coming to the line. Oh, I went too fast. I went too fast here. I skipped the guy. We got Everett Gaeta at the line. That is going to be ready to roll. First time also participating in this the EF series. He missed the lights. We're gonna give him a second chance here to go. Coming to the initiation. A little bit short there. Missing or touch and go. He's the first one here, coming to sector number 2. Heavy on the left foot braking, but he's stable with the angle. A little bit of wobble coming out the outside zone 3, but the transition was solid and crossing the finish line on throttle, on angle. Let's see what our judges thought about that run. And it says 65 for Ebert Guetta. Moving on, this time it's true. Got Thomas Farinelli at the line. And it's green. You can see the car jumping when he shifts the gear. Gonna be a good one, I think. Filling out that zone. Representing N-Force. Drift competition. Shout out to the guys. Really smooth on the left foot braking there. The angle was maintained throughout the zone, crossing the finish line. That should be a pretty good score, I believe. It's up to the judges. Sometimes there's things we see on the streams that they don't see, that we don't see on the stream, but that they see on the replay. And it says 71 for Thomas. Good job. And next up, we got Jan Ayes. Team Ashira coming in hot, solid transition, really filling those zones. I think some guys have been practicing. Driver number 10 giving us a good show on that transition number 2 as well for filling those zones. I'm not sure if it was a tire drop or just the perception here. Let us know what you guys think in the chat. If you enjoyed the show so far. Points are going to be available at the end of the event. Overall, I think that was a really solid performance of Jan IS and 69 for Jan. Next up, we got Dominic Moya. Dominic, ready to go. Make some noise from the DTD team. Grinding that outside line. Tire length of the outside zone number 1. What a show. Really in those zones also for the touch and go. What we like to see here. A little bit of correction on the wall there, but he is able to fulfill the entire outside zone 3 as a transition into the wall. Second wall, crossing the line. Overall, solid performance. So 74 for Dominic Moya. Good job. And last drivers of that group number 5, we got Igor Razkov. Man, guys, I'm sorry for those names. Easy here. Calling in Igor to the line. He is. All right, so we got Igor. Some noise. Lights are going down. It's green. Igor, quick on the throttle. Coming into the initiation. Catching the drift deep in the zone. Locking the angle. Able to fulfill the entire zone here. Shout out to the GL team once again. Thank you so much, guys, for helping out with those videos. I think this team deserves good applause for all their support, and they really want to help out the entire community. So big shout out to those guys. Let's see what the judges thought about his run. For Igor, it's an 80 points, solid performance for Igor. Going back on top of the group, we're gonna go back to Saleh Alwe-Ibi. He is already at the line, ready to roll. On the initiation, really locked in. That was smooth like butter. Keeping those on. Got a lot of correction overall. Solid so far. Coming to the wall. Not even thinking about touching the brake. He's locked in. He's focused. You know what he's doing. Running a clinic right here for us today. Amazing run. Sally, what? I'm just gonna call you Sally, man. I'm sorry. Alwe-Ibi. I'm not sure I even pronounced that right. I don't want to mess it up, man. But solid performance, Sally. Let's see what the judges are gonna give you for the score. Got a 25 on angle coming in. 34 on the line. And it's going to be a total of 83.5 for Sally. GG. It's going to be the run that we keep on the leaderboard. Moving on to Crawford. That got a 79 on his first attempt here on Rockingham. Round 1 of the EF26 season. Let's see what he got for the second run. Crawford taking off. Huge initiation. Playing it safe but smooth at the same time. Filling that zone. Really going wild there. Oh, but there was a little correction. Last touch and go. He's back at it though for the outside zone number 3. Not intimidated by the wall. Position number 2 for outside zone 3 and 4. Solid performance. Pretty good overall. Let us know in the chat who's your favorite driver so far. Is anyone standing out from you? We do have a 90.5 from Sin and Sandman in the lead position so far. The only one in the 90 if I'm not mistaken, so that 90 club is quite private today so far. Maybe we got surprises left in our qualification group 6, 7 and 8 that will be coming up as soon as we are done with this group. Group number 5. Judges analyzing the run, looking at the replay, different angle, validating if there's any tire drops, any wobble, any correction or heavy braking, all those different type of deduction that are gonna make the difference when it comes down to battle. Definitely this afternoon we got a 31 on the line. Maximum point for that category is 40 today. Already said 24 on the angle, maximum point of 30 that you can get in angle. Waiting on the style. And it's gonna be a 78 total round 2, so he was not able to improve. We're gonna keep a 71 from his first attempt. So we got our next driver ready at the line. And it's green. And the car is green as well. It's a lot of green, guys. Let's see what you got. Bit short on those transition. If you come out of that outside zone number 1 a bit too early, you're gonna be a bit too short on those transition. Like I said, it's quite a technical track, not a lot of turn, 2 turn. It's either you're on the line or you're not. And there's wall everywhere, so it's not like it's gonna be easy. It's a bit intimidating. Your drivers are showing commitment. They only got 72 hours of practice since the track drop also, so it's not like guys were able to run a lot of laps and rank up those kilometers on the track. It's I think the maximum I saw is someone did like 200 laps on the track, 72 hours, which is still a lot, don't get me wrong. I know some other drivers got maybe only a handful. So here for Tyrus Jackson. Judges are looking at replays, see if the initiation was chaseable or not on that run. Looking at the replay, you want to make sure that the run is chaseable. You know, now the driver is alone on this track. They're laying out their line. But even if you fulfill all the zone, if you initiate with a 3-point initiation, or if you do heavy braking or tap a wall somewhere, it's things that can really disturb in the chase position when we get into battle. So they want to confirm if this was good or not. No, the entire run was good, so they're really looking into the initiation right now. We got a 20 on the line, 23 on angle. I think the initiation is going to be deemed chaseable, but it's going to be costly on the style. Overall, for Tyrese Jackson, this is what I'm hearing from the judges here. It's going to be a 54.5 final score. Let me just confirm here that the judges put their score in the right row. So we got a score here. Next driver, it's going to be Ebert Gaetan. He's already at the line. Looks like we got finally here that showed up before on the line, so we're gonna let him go. Ready to roll. Oh, and no, he went back to pit because it was not his turn. It's okay. We got a little bit of confusion there. Got our drivers all lined up, ready to roll. So it looks like Ebert went without the starting light going. Judges did manage to record the run anyway, so we're going to be judging based on that replay. We don't want to give him an extra chance to do a third run, for example, or have more practice than the others. So there's no practice allowed during the qualification, so drivers shouldn't be going if the light is not turning green or giving them the countdown. But since we were able to record it, judges are looking at the replays right now, and we're going to be judging. So Ebert, you can go back to pit. You did your run already. We're going to be judged on what you did there. No practice allowed. And it's going to be a 55. So moving on here for Thomas Farinelli. So Thomas here coming up the line. Yeah, judges saying they can understand they're gonna cut you a little bit of slack, but like if you go when the light is not on, then that's on you. Thomas Farinelli at the line for his second run. Light is turning on right now. We got a 71 to beat for him. Let's see what he got. What he can do. Coming on the initiation. Can with the little power slide there. Coming out early of the zone, unfortunately. So I think he's going to be quite short on those touch and go, as you can see. Presenting N-Force Drift competition. Little left foot braking there. Coming out of outside zone 3 too early as well. Playing it safe. I think he just wants to lay out a score. Not sure he's going to be able to beat that 71. Let's see what the judges are going to score. We got already points coming in. 57 overall for Thomas Farinelli. And next up, we got Jan Ayes. Got a 69 on his first run. I'm pretty sure he can do better. You got this, bro. Light is green. Driver's going. Solid fulfillment of the zone so far. Bit of an angle there, but no correction. He's on it. He's on the line. Going to that transition number 2. Hitting the wall. That's unfortunate for Jan Ayes. It's going to be a 0. Deemed unchaseable. Next drivers, we got Dominic Moya. That's 74 to beat for Dominic. The DTD team, I think he can do better as well. Seen him participate in other competition before. Confident flick here, fulfilling the zone. Fixed turn number 2 here for the outside zone number 3. A little bit of left foot braking after avoiding the wall. Transition correctly into outside zone 3 and 4, crossing the finish line. Overall, great performance. Sure what you guys think in the chat. If you enjoyed the show so far, we are almost done with our group number 5 for qualification. And it's gonna be a 74 for Dominic. Last driver of that group is gonna be Igor Voskov. And Igor coming in hot, super stable. Bit too inside on the transition, but he's there hitting the wall, unfortunately. Managed to bring it back, but in the context of battle, I'm not sure how chaseable that would be. That's going to be up for the judges to decide. But still, he's going to finish it up, giving us a show. Make some noise for Igor. He had an 80 on his first run, so probably still in a safe spot for this afternoon. And it is a 0. He did kind of straighten up when hitting the wall, so we'll take a little break. We'll be right back for group number 6 of qualification. Don't go anywhere. Stay there, encourage your friend, watch the other team competition. Make some noise, guys. We'll be right back. Right, we are back here. Group number 6, qualification for the first round of the EF26 Virtual Drift Championship. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Drivers are giving us really good lead, good run, so I think it's promising for this afternoon. We're gonna start this group with Fabian Montes. Got Fabian at the line, and the lights are turning green. Missed that. Fabian going up here. Those red headlights. Looking dangerous. On the outside zone number 1, filling out the zone. Oof, barely touching the wall. Representing Sado team, a really strong team as well. Finding the line outside here for the outside zone number 3, sector number 2, coming on the wall. Not scared at all. He's like, I'm not touching the wall. I don't need those brakes. Filling the zone. GG. That was a really solid performance for Fabian Montes, and it's going to be a 77. Next up, we got Tyler Dock at the line. Tyler going on the initiation. He's smooth with it, taking it outside, quick on the throttle, filling the entire zone with the car. Bit early on that initiation, but still managed to get the tire indicator point. That touch and go. And on the wall, showing the same kind of commitment that we always love to see. I think you're missing a headlight, bro. But he made it, finished the finish line. GG for Tyler. Tyler, we got some judges analyzing the run. We already got a score that came in at 30 for the line. Maximum point for that category is 40. $25 on angle. And 25 on style for 80. 80 points on Tyler Dock first run. Moving on to Gleb Shoshin. Light. Alright. Almost dropping the tire in the no-go zone. That red zone is really there to push the driver outside. Don't want anyone to be cutting in. It makes those transitions, especially in chase during battle, a bit hard. So definitely don't want to be dropping a tire there. I don't think it was the case on this run, but let's see which point it's going to be. For Gleb Shoshin. And it's a 64 final score. Good job. Next up is Dylan Disbro. Dylan Disbro. Ready to go. little bit of wobble there, but managed to keep the car in the zone and avoid contact with the wall. Crossing the finish line for this bro. Gotta love seeing all the drivers that are aging up, ready to roll, helping us get this event moving and efficient. We're doing pretty good on time. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream still. Feel free to join our Discord, and big shout out to our sponsors and partners for this event. Bozan, ESDA, Fairform Garage, the GL team, Inky Design, as well as Assetto Frames. Without help, those type of events wouldn't be possible. Big shout out to the guys that did the entire tech. Not sure how much you guys understand how taking 69 cars is a lot of work. That goes into it. A lot of optimization was done at the same time to ensure that there's no lag and no issues on the server. So for this row here, 72, final score, run 1. Moving on to Donick Joseph. Donick also representing the Art of Motion team, AOM, coming in hot on the initiation. Huge flick, quick on the throttle. He is locked in. He's gonna be running a clinic, I can tell you that. See the throttle control, he's fast on it. Coming through the wall, not even thinking about touching that left foot braking. And nice transition, smooth transition onto the outside zone 3 and 4. I'm not sure if there was a little contact on the wall or not. That's something we're gonna see. Judges are looking at the replays. I think there was a little contact with the wall on the outside zone 4. Is it gonna be deemed chaseable or not? That's unfortunate because he was there the entire time, but right before the finish line on outside zone number 4, he hit the wall and judges confirm it's going to be a 0, deemed unchaseable. The car kind of straightened up. Still have your second run coming in. Make sure you stay in drift as you cross the finish line. But now we are moving on to Ahmed Almandi. Not to confuse with the other Ahmed that almost has the same last name here, but let's see what he can cook for us. Out of the line, ready to roll. I think the light's gonna be going live soon. And it's a go. Huge flag. A little bit deep. I'm not sure if the tire will drop or not. The driver representing the Eagle team. Really deep on those touch and go, locked in on the angle as we get into sector number 2 of the Rockingham Run 1 track for the EF26 season. Fulfilling the entire zone, smooth transition there, snappy transition actually with the, not sure, maybe a little bit of hand brake that is allowed for the snap on that transition before the outside zone number 3. Overall, strong run from Ahmed. We got some points coming in, and it's a 86 points run for Ahmed Amandi. Good job. Solid performance. Moving on to another strong driver, really used to doing competition. Let's see what he can do for us. It's going to be Liam Akiko coming to the initiation, presenting the Ashura team. Huge flick. Deep initiation, quick on the throttle. Really taking a while in that first transition, filling out those touch and go, locked in as we enter sector number 2 here. We're getting really good run as we get a bit more towards the end of that qualification event. Past the midway already. Group number 6 and Liam crossing the finish line. Gonna be a 78.5 for Liam Akiko. Really good. Moving on to Nolan Stanley. Light is green for Nolan. Huge initiation again here. And some drivers are starting to get the hang of it. For a small car like that, you can go deep in the zone, not scared of the wall, of course. Compare, let's say, to the big Monte Carlo we saw earlier. So really grinding that line here with the tires. Overall, solid performance from Nolan Stanley. His first time participating in the EF series, so welcome on board. 77.5 final score, round number 1. And now we got Liman Kashmar. Know he's been practicing this week. Let's see what he can lay out in terms of line, angle, and style for us today. Light is green, representing the EF team. Solid transition, catch the angle really quick. Fun fact about Suleiman is that he's also a pro driver in Saudi Arabia. Drifting his E26 through Jay-Z. So now he's really just warming up, practicing in the off-season, showing off what he can do, maxing out the angle on outside zone number 3, and crossing the finish line. All drivers in the group number 6 completed their first run. Judges are looking at the initiation. It appears that the initiation was a 3-way initiation, which makes it really hard to chase during battle. Gonna be deemed unchaseable, I believe, here from what I'm hearing from the judges. Just waiting for that confirmation before we start that group again on our second run for the day. Our judges are just going to be analyzing the replay here. So as we wait here for the confirmation on that initiation, I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors for this event and everyone showing up. A lot of effort and energy is going into organizing these comps for the community, for the drivers. Have some fun. This time around, for this season, drivers had to pay a registration fee so we can build up a nice cash pot for the end of the season for all the drivers. In total, we're going to be doing 8 rounds. 8 rounds this season. The season is going to extend up to September 2026. So, doing the maths, it's about $5 per round per drivers. Gives them access to all of those cars and also the custom remastered track that we are doing. So it's a small fee, but a good price that they can win at the end. There's also participation points. If you simply show up, you're already collecting some points. So overall, I think drivers that are consistent, that are committed, and are here to help and give a good show are gonna be recognized with that split of the cash pot at the end of the season. And it is confirmed that the initiation was deemed unchaseable. It's going to be a 0 for Suleiman Kashmar. We're going to continue here, going back on top to Fabian Montes for his round number 2. Fabian at the line with the 77 to beat. Huge flick on the line there. A little bit inside here for the first transition on the track. The track looked easy. It's a short track, a good track, 2-turn, but it can be tricky in terms of line. You gotta be on the angle, you gotta be on the throttle, else you're gonna fall off the line. And unfortunately, I think that's what happened here. Barely touching the first touch and go. We've seen a lot of drivers make that mistakes, so something to be careful with when we're going to be running the battle this afternoon. For Fabian Montes. Gonna be a 77, so the exact same score as his first run. We love consistency. Good job, GG. Moving on to Tyler. Tyler Dog for his second run here. Got an 80 on the first attempt. See what can improve or not. On the initiation there. That's what I call being deep in the zone. Really locked in. Coming onto the wall there. Not even thinking about the foot braking. He's on the line. He's locked in. What a run. And for Tyler Dog, it's going to be a 73 on that second run. We're going to keep the 80 from the first attempt as we continue here with Gleb Shoshin. Gleb that got a 64 on his first attempt. He can do better now. Curious to know what you guys think in the chat, the event so far. I know the scores are not showing up, but we'll be sharing that after the qualification ends as we come from the bracket for this afternoon. Battles are going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so everyone's going to have a little break after quality to go eat and get some practice in if you're a drivers. And Dylan, Gleb's Shoshin got some points at 28 on the line, 24 on the angle. And it's going to be a 76.5 final score. So that's going to be the best that we keep for Gleb. Moving on to Dylan. And it's a go. Oh no. He almost hit the wall. It maintained it. Barely touching that touch and go there. Like he got scared and that tire drop is gonna haunt him. Come out of the transition number 2, outside zone 3 and 4, crossing the finish line at angle. They're just going to be watching at the replay, see if that initiation is even chaseable because of the tires that were dropped there, and like a kind of slow down also. So we got the 0 on the line, 0 on angle, and we got a consolation point of 1 for the style, since he was able to avoid the contact with the wall. So we're gonna keep that 72 for you, Dylan. Moving on to Dominic Joseph, that got a 0 on his first attempt, so pressure is on for Dominic to perform. Solid drivers, he can do it, hopefully. This time he's coming in hot. He was really there the entire time on his first attempt, and on the outside zone 4, this is where fortunately he lost everything. He's playing it safe here, not going as deep as earlier, but he is so far laying out a good run overall. Outside zone 3, outside zone 4, maintaining the angle, no contact. I think this is going to be good enough. Get at least some points on the quality leaderboard for Dominic Joseph representing the Art of Motion team. We got 31 on the line, 23 on the angle. Waiting for one judge is looking at the replay here. And it's going to be 83 total for Dominic Joseph. Good job, that should be enough to qualify, I believe. And now at the line, Ahmed Ahmadi with an 86 on his first attempt. And the light is green. Solid on 3-2-1, confident on the wall, on the throttle here, a bit inside, but managed to maintain the angle. Keep the stability on outside zone number 3 now, coming to the wall. No brake, no hesitation, smooth transition. Solid performance from the driver of the Eagle team. With a 91.5, welcome in the 90s clubs, taking the lead. For the qualification so far, Ahmed Amandi. And next up we got Lian Akiko, Hero team. Lian sending it. Confident transition there. Good control of the throttle, grinding the outside line. Barely getting close to the wall. See, he's gonna be crossing that finish line. Solid performance for Lian Akiko, Ashira team. Big shout out to Lian, that was part of the crew that helped to tech the cars season. Going to be a 25 on style, 25 on angle, 37 on the line for a grand total of 87 second round. So this is going to be the best one we keep for Lian. We keep going, guys. Who's the favorite driver so far? Let us know in the chat as we get Nolan Stanley getting off. Bowing to the initiation. 3, 2, 1, go. Gotta be on the throttle. And he is. Bit early on that initiation, but he got the car. Boy, he did manage to hit the wall, unfortunately. That's going to be costly, and another hit contact here. I think that really messed up his mindset. On his first run, Nolan managed to hit the 77.5, so it's be hopefully enough to qualify this afternoon, as the judges confirmed the 0 on that run. Last driver of that group number 6 is Suleiman Kashmar. He got a 0 on his first attempt. He can do better. Just gotta watch out for the initiation. Make sure he doesn't 3-point and that it's chaseable. Let's see that. Got a bit intimidated by the initiation. He could play with his mantle there, but he's maintaining it, maintaining the angle, finding that outside line. Coming onto the wall, that second transition. Overall, I'm not sure what judges are gonna think about that hesitation on the initiation and catching up that drift. Got a 25 on the line, 19 on the angle, and a 17.5 on style for a grand total of 61.5 for Suleiman Kashmar. We're gonna take a little break, quick break for group number 7 of those qualification. Don't go anywhere, leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate everyone watching the stream. Thank you for the support. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. That was quick. Server switch. Group number 7. Round 1. EF26 season. Got really solid run so far. I don't know what you guys think. Gonna be great for the battle this afternoon. We're gonna kick this off here. Group 7 with Damien Rosario that is already at the line, I do believe. as we get everything set up here. Alright, so we're gonna be sending the driver now. Damian Rosario. And it's a go. Great initiation. I love the angle there. Just pushing the car to the limit. Taking it wild on that first position. Look at the stability on that car. A little bit of left of braking there, but it's gonna hollow and keep a solid angle onto the outside of number 3 and 4. Judges are gonna be looking if there's a tire drop, any correction, any bobble. So a lot goes on into the evaluation. Keep it fair across all the grid. After there were some tire drops, and it's gonna be a 0 for Damian Rosario. Fortunate. Hopefully you can do better on the second run. Gonna see Tyler McGuire at the line here, ready to roll. Show us what you can do. Lock-to-lock team coming in clutch for the season. A lot of drivers so far, really solid initiation, locking on the angle, bit early on initiation, but managed to keep it out with the throttle control. We saw those flames coming out, the exhaust coming through the wall, huge angle, and crossing the finish line. Tyler, my bad. I'm sorry guys, going to be a 33 on the line, a 23 on the style. So we wait for the angle. Tyler McGuire. And it's going to be a grand total of 17.9 for Tyler. It should be enough to qualify and make it into the top 32 this afternoon. As I was saying previously, big shout out to our partner. And now we're moving on to Gadget Mitchell. Appears that one of the judges having a little technical difficulty. We're just gonna let him join back in the server. Shout out to our sponsors. Like I said earlier, the support in the community is amazing. Reform Garage, that is financially supporting the server. Assetto Frames with the amazing pictures. The GL team with the crazy video you saw. Esports Drift, giving the opportunity to our drivers to participate in the World Championship, pinky design with the livery work, all the visual asset that you see in Bozan, which is your place. If you're really looking for mods, you can find anything on Bozan. So shout out to those guys. Thank you for the support. And we are back at it with Jimmy Calvano. Let's see what we can do. I know he didn't get much more practice this week. He's been sick, so that 72 hour, you know, when you're sick, losing sometimes some precious practice time, unfortunately, but he's showing that he can drive here, getting onto the outside zone. He's shooting a bit early there, which leading to cutting in for those touch and go, but he's back at it. Little left foot brake on the wall. Maintaining the angle, the stability, and he is on the throttle, crossing the finish line. Good job, Jimmy. Solid performance. And it's going to be a 74 for Jimmy Calvano. Got Jason Cote coming up next. Thought he could and show up. So Jason, so a strong driver, used to competition drifting. See what he can lay out for us this morning on Rockingham. It's a go for Jason. Great initiation, quick on the throttle, deep in the zone. Really filling out the entire zone there. Going through those touch and go. Little angle correction before entering sector number 2 here. Left foot braking to get that angle. A commitment on the wall. Position number 2 here. And he got it. Crossing the finish line. Solid. Good job, Jason. This is our group number 7 for qualification. We have one other group right after, before we finish the qualification on. We got a 20 on the style, 21 on the angle. Judges are reviewing the line here. And it's going to be a 70 final score for Jason. We're going to go back on top of the group, starting back with Damien Rosario for his second run. He is ready. He got a 7. He got a 0 on his first run. So let's see what he can do now. Getting a bit slow on the initiation, had a hard time catching that drift, but he's now back on the throttle, clicking it right for those touch and go. The car go right, but will go left, what we want to see. And smooth overall. Oh, not sure if that was a little contact with the wall, it did look like it. Judges are going to be watching the replay. Let us know in the chat what you think. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Leave a like and subscribe. plus your support. Got some scores coming in for Damian Rosario. A 0 on his first run. And he's gonna be landing a 59 on his second run. For Damian Rosario, 59. Moving on to our next driver, Tyler McGuire. The Lock 2 Lock team, big wing, quick flick. Drivers are really showing off their skills today. A little bit of wobble as he approached the wall, but maintain the angle. 8 on the throttle, and gets scared, and he's crossing the finish line. Which is gonna give him a 78 overall. He had a 79 on his first run, so we love consistency. This is what I'm talking about. Good job, Tyler. We are back to Jimmy. I see you guys in the chat. Looks like Jimmy got a lot of fun. Make some noise for Mr. Calvano. Ready to send it sideways. We're trying to get as much speed as possible on the initiation, coming in deep on outside zone number 1. Great flag here for the touch and go. Came in into sector number 2 of the track. Rockingham, remastered by the EF Drift crew. And solid commitment on that second transition as well, crossing the finish line. Jimmy got a 74 on his first run. You're gonna be able to beat that score. And he does 75. 75 final score. That's the score we're gonna keep for Jimmy. And our next driver, last driver of that group, number 7. Cote, ready to send it. Lights are green. Drivers go. Looks like there were some tire drops and also hitting the no-go zone with the oversteer. Unfortunately, that's going to be a 0 for Jason, so we're going to keep the 70 that he got on his first attempt as we transition, guys, to our last qualification group for today. Take a short break. Be right back. And we are back, guys, with our last group of qualification. I hope you're enjoying the show. We've seen some solid performance. So far, we got 2 guys in the 90s. Judges are really taking the time to look at all of those runs, looking at the replays, all the deduction possible, so that the distribution of score is fair across the entire grid. We are going to get started here. Group number 8. Vinas Roskas. And he is coming to the line now, ready to roll. And it's a goal for Vinas. Also representing the Lock to Lock team. Kind of a new team into the Assetto Corsa scene. Shout out to the guys. Solid drivers. Really good line from them so far. Little contact on the wall there. Is it going to be costly? Is it going to be deemed unchaseable for a battle or not? Judges are going to have to decide. The replays confirming from different angles. Vinas crossing the finish line. Alright, so just looking at the replay. Was there a contact or not? We got some points coming in here, 75 total. Judges noticed that there wasn't really a contact, but a huge correction on the wall. Probably coming in a bit too confident on that transition and had to do a little correction. But overall, solid score, 75 for Vinas. Moving on to our next driver here. It's going to be Archer. Archer. Who's Wex at the line, now initiating in the zone, really slowing down, a bit late on catching that drift, but he's right there in the angle. Great transition there. Love the headlights. Driver 67 here, and 97, crossing the finish line. Archer, we got 30 on the line. Just looking at the replays, they have different angle as well. They share their screen, they can all watch that, so taking the time to analyze the run. 24 on angle, 26.5 on style for a total of 80.5 for Archer. Going to Marek next. There we go. For Marek, great initiation. Bit inside here, missing the initial touch and go. But he managed to keep the angle coming into sector number 2 of the track. Dropping almost a tire there. A lot of left braking and transition number 2. We got scores here for 78 for Marek, and now moving on to Aaron. Oh, Aaron with a big play. APL, great committed transition there. Confidence, had to do a little correction as we entered the outside zone 3, but managed to get the right angle to slide that wall. Coming on outside zone 3 and 4, crossing the line. Love that. Transfer that. We are starting to get some scores in. Ready 33 for line. And it's going to be an 84.5 total. Run 1 for Aaron Brammer. Good job. Moving on to Florian Angel. At the line, ready to roll. Bit inside, missing the touch and go. Correction to extend that drift and get back on the line. Outside zone 3 looks really good. Riding on the wall. Made a transition for the outside zone 3 and 4. Not sure what happened there for the that first transition is a bit tricky, and that's one of the reasons why we have a no-go zone there. We want to push drivers a bit out on that transition to make sure that they can hit those 3 touch and goes that come in pretty fast. And we got a 71 for Florian. And we got Houston that is not here. Moving on to Nishi. Nishi has also been participating in a lot of our comp. We've seen them ramp up over the years. He's been practicing in the last year. Good for us. Bit timid on the initiation. Barely angle. Little tap on the wall. Still trying really hard there. Pushing the car through the zone. Coming up to outside zone 3. Made a left foot braking before the wall. Transition number 2. Overall able to complete the run. Good job, Nishi. Love to see the progress. Let's see what the judges think. Got a 20 on the line, 9 on the angle, 3.5 on style. It's going to give him a 32.5 total. It's a score, Nishi. Good job. Moving on to the last driver for that group. Then we're gonna go back up for the run number 2. But we got Logan Metch coming in. Ready to send it. Logan, that is also a senior competitive driver. A lot of experience. Smooth with it. Not super deep. Commit the transition there. Ball contact with the wall. Just enough to use the bumper there. Transition number 2 to the finish line. What you guys think in the chat? Let us know. Show some love to Logan. As we're gonna go back up to the group and start our second run. Gonna be a 63 for Logan. Now we got Effervescence back at the line. Light going down. It's green. Ready to go. Driver 222. Oh no! Doing the same mistake as his first attempt. And now back at it though. He's deep on those touch and go coming into sector number 2. Addition into outside zone number 3 and 4. Which made same little mistake on the initiation with tire drop on outside zone 1. He has a 75 to beat, and this time it's gonna be enough. $58 total. So we're gonna keep that 75 for Effervescence. Moving on to Archer. Archer K. Ready to go. Can get wide there. Tap on the wall, but managed to save it for the transition. Coming in a little bit inside. See the smoke is going crazy. Those brand new tires. The wing over the wall. Yeah, that's why you got a big wing, I guess. And crossing the finish line. GG. Got an 80.5 to beat for Archer. Let's see what the judges are gonna put in for the second attempt. Got a 28 on the line, 25 on the angle, and it's going to be a 28.5 on style for a grand total of 81.5. So he was able to improve his score from the previous run. 81.5 for Archer. Going to Marek next. Marek Bokak taking off the Stargate here on the initiation. Little correction right before the wall. You gotta show some confidence on that transition. You want to score high with the judges. Crossing the finish line. On his first attempt, he got a 78. Let's see what can beat that or not. And it's gonna be 81. 81 for Marek. Good job. Moving on to Aaron Branner. Aaron sending it a bit wide there. Actually, was on the line or not, but he was locked in. Got an 84.5 on his first attempt. Is he gonna beat that? It looks like he is ready to beat that. Committed, confident. A little bit of wobble there as he prepared for that transition number 2, coming on to outside zone 4. Overall, great run for Marek. For Aaron. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Aaron with an 86.5. He was able to beat it. Good job. Like things are getting a bit tight on there for that top 32 this afternoon. So we are closing up with that last qualification group here. Sending our next driver, Florian Angel. Deep on the wall. Coming to the sector number 2 here. Locked in. To the approach on the wall. No hesitation. Great angle. Confident transition. Really showing off his skill here for the ETD driver, Tyrus Drive. With. And for Florian, it's going to be at 88. Good job. Going to Nishi for his second attempt. Get a bit more angle if you want to score higher. Light is green for Nishi. He is going. Timid initiation there, but car is sideways. There is smoke coming out. Little bit of trouble with the throttle control, I believe. It's keeping it. I think he's giving everything you got. You gotta turn that wheel, bro. You got it. Keep the angle. Transition for that outside zone 3 and 4. Good job, Nishi. Finishing that second run as well. The judges are gonna think of that run. Got a 32.5 to beat. And it's gonna be a 39. Good job. Last drivers for qualification. The one and only Logan. He is at the line, ready to go. Let's see how much trouble he's gonna make on the quality report. Is he gonna bump some people out of their spot for the top 32 bracket or not? Coming out at the outside of number 1. Sheila driver here. Initiation a bit early, barely touching that first touch and go, but he's locked in on sector number 2. Little tire draw there as he approached the wall, keeping the angle for that second transition and crossing the finish line. And we got a 64 for Logan on his last run. So this completes our qualification for today. We're gonna be back a bit later in 2 hours for our battles. The driver briefing is gonna be 30 minutes before. We're gonna brief our drivers. Drivers are gonna share their impression from the quali, what they expect and not for the battle. I think the show is gonna be really good. We saw a really good run. So don't want to miss that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell so you get the notification when we go live this afternoon. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for the support. Once again, thank you to our sponsors and partner for this series. And we wish you all a good lunch, good practice if you're driving, and we see you all in 2 hours. See ya.